Hey guys, Stellar Christoph here, and today we're going to be going over our Wind starter deck. Let's go. So today we got our Wind starter deck, and number one, this will be the last starter deck for base set first edition that we will go over. This is the 5th starter deck. Penterror, big bad Penterror on the front. I've referenced him multiple times in my videos, so it's nice to finally actually show him on the channel. Not just the box topper, but actually explain his ability, explain how to use them, etc., etc. So you got Big Bad on the front. On the side, you're going to have the Penterror starter deck insignia, and then the Wind rune right there. And on the back, we're going to show all of the cards in the deck. You're going to see, talk about the game, talk about the starter deck, and then you have your QR code for Learn to Play. On the top and bottom, you're going to see you have a little hollow sticker. As I've said in all my starter deck videos, that if you see this torn, ripped, whatever, if you see void, it's been tampered with. As of right now, I mean, the game's been out for a year and a half plus, 2 years of development, etc., and I've never once heard of anyone having an issue with this. But it's an awesome safety feature that they put in place. Team Elestrals is killing everything they do, and the fact that they thought about this, Dan did a great job coming up with that, or whoever did in the team, whoever came up with that. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. And right on the top, just like all of our other ones, you are going to have your 20-sided die. The Wind element is right here. That is number 20 for you. But it's got some blue and some light blue, so kind of showing off like the sky, basically. Different colors of your night sky or your day sky, whatever. Put that here. So just like all the other ones, you're going to have a pamphlet that teaches you how to play, Learn to Play guide. Goes over the game, card mechanics, etc. Kind of nice. They put a little stellar Emfrix right there. Sorry guys. And a QR code in the back to learn how to play. So 60 card deck. The very last card in the deck is going to be your Learn to Play. It's going to tell you about your phases, how to cast an Elestral, send an Elestral on the back, all about the battle phase, and then it's going to have your runes on the bottom so you guys know what those insignias are. So, Big Bad Penterror on the front. All your box toppers in this, these starter decks is going to be hollow. But Penterror, Big Bad, 15 attack, 8 defense, cost you 3. When this Penterror is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can special cast any number of Hydrake or Twindra from your hand or deck in attack position. So this is supposed to be a Hydra, and you cut off one head. What happens? Another one takes its place. One thing you guys probably can't see too well, my playmat is actually Stellar Penterror, and if you saw in the beginning of the video, my shirt also is Stellar Penterror. Love the design of this card. Love everything about this card. Hard to play. I've never really had a successful match playing it, but if you have the right combos and the right cards on the field, you can definitely tear up the field. So next you got little baby Hydrake. Penterror is the highest form in that ascension. 4 attack, 1 defense. When this Hydrake is destroyed in battle, you can special cast a Twindra from your hand or deck in attack position. So the best part about this is, as I said, you cut off one head, 2 take its place. So great card to have, 4 attack. The 1 defense part, obviously that's not the best. But going into Twindra, I just really want to kind of showcase these abilities. Twindra is a 5 attack, 4 defense. When this Twindra is destroyed in battle, you can special cast a Penterror from your hand or deck in attack position. So again, the whole point, cut off one head, another one takes its place. If your opponent has a 6 attack out, I'm just going to use Viscerus as an example. Your opponent's got 2 Viscerus out, which starts at 4 attack. Using its ability, it becomes +1 for every other Viscerus. So 2 out is going to give you a 6 attack. Summon Hydrake, sacrifice it, it gets destroyed. Summon Twindra, sacrifice it, gets destroyed. I mean, honestly, if you have the right cards in your hand, if you have this turn 1, you can almost summon Penterror the first turn, your very first turn of the game, if you're going second. Or your second turn of the game, you can have the highest attack in the game turn 2. So something to think about, but when you get it out, you need to be able to protect it. There are enough cards in this game now that can destroy a Penterror that you don't have to worry about it. Straight up attack clashes, yeah, you need to be worried, but there's enough cards in this game that can stop that attack. So just be wary. Have, say, some Gorgon's Gaze ready, PTAs, Have a tsunami. Whatever card you need to help protect it. Altar of Stars is a prime example. If they lower your attack and if you need to switch it switches position to protect it, do what you gotta do. Arrowmare, 4 attack, 5 defense. When you ascend this Arrowmare, so basically when you take it from a 1 cost and you turn it into a 2 cost, you can search your sorry guys, let me restart. When you ascend this Arrowmare, you can cast it from your underworld as an artifact empowering rune. And the ascension with its effect that the empowered Elestral cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's Elestral effects. So basically, if I use this to summon Twindra, this will attach to Twindra, and then it won't be targeted by your opponent's effects. But you can only use that ability if you use it as an ascension. And the main reason why that works out is you have Glidesdale. This is the natural ascension of Arrowmare. 7 attack, 5 defense. You can expend 1 Wind Spirit in order to give this Glidesdale plus 5 attack, so you'll jump it up to a 12 until the end phase. While this Glidesdale is empowered by Arrowmare, it can attack twice during a battle phase. So these cards go together. You use this to summon Glidesdale. Now your opponent's Elestrals can't affect it. The abilities can't affect it. It can attack twice now, and then use it in its own ability. You're going to have a 12 attack that's going to attack twice. There's no other twin attacking card that does that will have that high of an attack. P-Gust, the term Wind Toolbox. This is going to be a good card for Wind Toolbox, those style of decks. When this P-Gust receives 1 or more Wind Spirits, you can target and destroy a rune. So again, you're going to use that every single turn, but have that Nexus ability ready. You can, as soon as you summon this, you're using that ability, but have that Nexus ready to go next turn. Exaltair, 3 attack, 2 defense. This is again one of those Nexus cards that we've talked about in prior videos. Every element has a Nexus Celestial. You can Nexus up to 2 Wind Spirits. When you do, your opponent must expend 2 Wind Spirits. So it doesn't match. If you only use the Nexus to Nexus 1 card, 1 Spirit, you can still expend 2. So it doesn't have to be. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Sorlet, 5 attack, 1 defense. You can expend a Wind Spirit in order to change the position of an Elestral unless it is Wind Enchanted. So let's go Trifernal, for instance. 14 attack, 3 defense. Summon this guy, expend a Wind Spirit, switch that to a 3 defense, knock him out. Astral Rabbit. Every time a Thunder Spirit is put onto this card, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Pick the one you want, add it to your hand. The other 2 get shuffled back in. Because you're not searching your deck, you do not have to show that card. And again, talk about Nexus. You can go ahead every single turn. You can play this ability. A lot of cards run this in their decks with a 5 defense and able to kind of change your hand a little bit. Not bad of a card to have. Boombat. If you watched my other Star Deck video, you will know about this guy greatly. Basically, you disenchant a Thunder Spirit to destroy one of your opponent's Elestrals. Again, this is more of a sacrificial lamb unless you can Nexus. If you can Nexus more Thunder Spirits onto him, then it makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, you're just playing this to sacrifice it. So be wary. Have another card to protect yourself if you do use the ability. If this is the only card you have and you use it and your field's empty, have a Tsunami in place. Have a Shield of Achilles in place. Something to block that attack. Elechick, 4 attack, 1 defense. When you normal cast this Elechick, you can search your deck for a Divine Rune and add to your hand. Again, any deck that you're going to use Divine Runes usually have 1 or 2 of these in there. If you have 2, and then say you have 2 Divine Runes, that's giving you 4 chances to draw your Divine Rune. You summon this, pull that Divine Rune that same turn, activate that same turn. Feritaqua. When this Feritaqua enters a battle with a defense Elestral, you can suppress that Elestral's ability and destroy it. If you do, Feritaqua deals no damage that turn. So basically, if you have your opponent has a defense Elestral and you play this card, it's destroyed immediately. Alright, Nectar of the Gods, that's going to be your Pot of Greed. It's going to cost you 2, draw 2. Ambrosia, this is the staple in every single deck. You should not make a deck unless you have at least 2 of these in there. But it's going to cost you 1 spirit. You're going to be able to bring 3 Elestral or 3 spirits back from your underworld. Resting on your Laurels. So this is a good card to have. This is a Star Deck exclusive. When resting, resting on your laurels can only be cast if your opponent has at least 2 more enchanting spirits than you do. So, for instance, if they have 2 Elestrals, that's 2 spirits, and they have Poseidon that has 3, so that's 5 spirits. As long as you have 3 spirits or less on your field, you can use this ability. Target and destroy the opponent's Elestral with the least number of enchanting spirits. Again, good card to have. Take another card off their field. You're already in the weeds. They have more spirits on the field than you do. Again, changing that really quickly. Circle the Sky. That's going to be your Nexus. You can Nexus up to 2. It does not have to be 2. But when you do, you draw a card. Aelus. This is going to be your Divine Rune for your Wind deck. It costs you 1, but with his ability, you can enchant up to 4 more when you play it. You can disenchant 2 Wind Spirits from this Aelus in order to search your deck for an Elestral with enchantment cost of 1 wind and add it to your hand. So again, say you did not draw an Elestral that turn, okay, but you did draw this. Play this card, use its ability, grab your Hydrake, start using your Hydrake to get Pantera out. Or same thing, you can use this to get Exaltair. Say your opponent has literally 1 spirit left in their spirit deck. Get Exaltair, use this, get Exaltair, Nexus 1 card off of this to Exaltair. There you go, they just lost 2 spirits, they lost the game. Island of Aloia. This is going to be your Stadium Rune. Every Elestral that has a Wind Spirit gets +1 attack and defense for every enchanting, or every Wind Spirit enchanted to it. Bag of Winds. Any deck that you're going defense, this is definitely going to be a staple to have. There's a buddy of mine that ran a water deck that used Galaxy. So Galaxy is a water that is 2 attack, 5 defense. Its ability is it flip-flops the attack and defense. So the great combo with this one, the Empowered Elestral gets +2 defense and cannot be targeted by your opponent's runes. So number 1, that's going to stop an Earthquake from hitting your card. So we'll talk about Galaxy, okay? It has a 5 defense, switch that to attack. This powers that defense, so now instead of a 5 defense, it's 7, flip it. And now your opponent can't use runes on it, can't target. So again, Earthquake, you target it and destroy an Elestral, they can't use that card. Any other card that has to do with the field does affect it though. So again, Tsunami is a prime example. You know, pretend that it's not a water card. Tsunami, any card that doesn't have a water spirit gets flipped into defense mode. So even if you have this on there, it's going to get flipped to defense mode unless it's water enchanted. But just because this says it doesn't, your opponent can't target a rune, the runes can still affect it depending on the ability. When Aelus is enchanted, the Empowered Elestral destroys an Elestral in battle, you can target and destroy a rune. That's going to be the secondary effect, so great combo to have. Glidesdale is going to be an example of that one. It can attack twice. It's got a 12 attack after you use its ability. You have Aelus on the field, Bag of Winds. There you go. Now you're also going to destroy a rune on top of that. Tornado, it's going to cost you 1, target an opponent's rune and return it to the hand. Yu-Gi-Oh players, this is your giant Trunade. Basically return it to their hand. The real cool thing about this though is if they have their Divine Runes out, you're going to play this. So say it's Aelus and they have 4 Wind Spirits on it, they haven't used the ability yet, play this, now they just lost all 4 of those spirits. And if they want to play that card again, it's going to cost them that much more. Thunderstorm, costs you 2 thunder, target and destroy a rune. Tsunami, this is the one I was just talking about. Almost every single deck I run, I have this in it. Change all Elestrals to defense position unless they are water enchanted. So even if you have no other water cards in your deck and you have this is to protect you. You know, unless you're facing a water deck, then this is absolutely useless to you. And now we're getting on to our spirits. Lycoris is the Wind Spirit. This is the main one that you're going to have in this deck. You're actually going to have 12 of these in your deck. Yeah, sorry guys, checking the box as I'm saying that. You're going to have 12 of these in your deck. Next up, you're going to have your Zaptor, which has 5. And then you're going to have your 3 Leviathan. That's all I got for you guys today. This is our Pen Terror starter deck. This is the last of the starter decks. I have already recorded the 2 Frostfall starter decks. So the next time I go over any kind of starter deck, it's not going to be until Daybreak, which will come out about August or September. Thank you all for watching my video. I appreciate everyone that's been following me. I finally went over 100. I have 101 subscribers, so thank you every single person that has been following me and getting me to this point. Again, that's all I got for you. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want me to make or want to see me do. My name is Stellar Christoph. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you guys have a stellar day. See ya.